Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be about my hobbies because I have several hobbies. Now that I'm in my half gap year, I am reading. I've recently finished, in this video, my second book of my half gap year, and I am writing because I decided during my half gap year, way before I even graduated college, that I would be working on the third draft of my book. And I was supposed to be working on it like all day, every day. That didn't happen, however, for several reasons we won't delve into. The third thing is gaming. So I play Minecraft with a friend, and I also play The Sims by myself. And I'll talk a little about that a little bit more later. The last thing is YouTube. I didn't talk about it on here because I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna show my process of like setting up my YouTube video. And then I realized this is the YouTube video I'm supposed to be setting up. So it doesn't really make any sense to be showing you the YouTube video I'm gonna be set up if YouTube is another hobby. I like editing and making videos. I don't know what to tell you. Let's get into it with a little rant about the book I was reading. I am severely disappointed. So the other day, I was thinking about how this is the kind of book that would say the title, the name of the book, the title in the book. Because you know how some pieces of media, like TV shows, movies, books, etc., say the name like in the thing? And this is the kind of book, just by the cover, the name of it, the not even the author, but just like how this book is written, I guess. It just has that feeling. I was like, yeah, this is the kind of book that would say the name of the title in the book. Like sometimes titles are just meant to be titles. I had that feeling. And I was correct. I was correct. This book is about 400 or so pages, and I am on page 301. On page 301, it says, "None shall sleep." What? Title? And usually they put that in to be like, oh, look at that, I'm so quirky, I can't stand it. I just can't. I literally, when I read that, I was fine and dandy. I was like, yep, reading my book. When I read that, I had to make sure to not throw the book across the wall because it is a rented book, and to not punch the wall like an angsty teenage boy. I'm almost done though, so hallelujah, praise the Lord. Okay, I just took like a really long time, 7 minutes, explaining to you the lore behind my Sims game. I'm not gonna do that again because I felt like I said that for no reason. I was gonna tell you like what I do. I have been playing The Sims for years and years and years. Okay, the first time that I got a Sims game was for the Wii, and then I don't know how somehow I got it for PC, and I've been playing on PC since then. I have the University expansion pack and the Seasons expansion pack, and I'm playing with both right now. For a while, for like about a month, I was not playing The Sims, but I talk about it in my week in my life for this month. I just recently got back into The Sims like last week because on my For You page is a lot of Sims content. And so I started playing with this family, geez, like 2 weeks ago. The way that I play The Sims is that I just make a family and then just like pick which offspring I want to like delve into, because I do a lot of world building, I do a lot of storytelling, like each character has a backstory. Right now I've got the first son of the original family. He went off to college, he was gonna get a business degree, but he met his girlfriend and he was gonna propose to her, but EA is discriminatory against Mormons, and they didn't let me propose to her on campus. So I had to go back home, invite her over, and then propose. Anyways, so she moved in, they got married, etc., etc. So he stopped going to college. He never finished his degree. He was in the military, and she was kind of like a stay-at-home wife, I guess. It was very, very traditional, very traditional. Anyways, they had a child, a son. They had a child, and so the dad was like, you know what? I need to step up my game. He quit his military career, even though it was giving him a lot of money. He got a job in the business field. I wanted him to then go on and finish his degree, but it didn't matter anymore because he just kept getting so much money. And I was like, usually you get a degree to earn more money, but he was already getting a lot of money. And now he was living with his parents, like they all were like living in the same roof. He had three other siblings. One moved out because her boyfriend asked her to move in with him. I thought that was odd. That had never happened to me before, and so I just let her, and then they're off. They're actually our neighbors. And then the other two, actually his youngest siblings, one is adopted. They both went off to college, finished their degrees, and then moved out because I didn't care about them. His mother died. His dad is still alive. He has been alive for so long, and I put my Sims lifespans on long because I feel like they age up really quick. Even on long, I feel like they age up really quick. I was also thinking of redoing their house because they moved into this like starter home, and I just kept expanding and expanding and expanding. But it's really messy, so I might like move them out of their house or just redo the entire house. Storytelling, like building, is fun for me, and that's what The Sims is for me, at least. I don't play with mods, by the way. I'm one, scared, and two, I'm just, yeah. Great. She's in the tree. She does that a lot. She does that often. Yeah, we do worry about her. Actually, if you wanted to know. Sometimes she'll be up there and bark at other dogs or like other people in their homes. Like, what is that? I am going to finish None Shall Sleep today. There was some sort of plot twist, or what was gonna happen? Because I stopped for a reason. I didn't finish the book the other day. It's just so, it's gonna end. It's like in the final scenes. Like they're about to catch the killer, I assume, right? I mean, maybe, who knows, they don't catch him. And then it ends, right? I've got 4 more chapters to go, and it's like nothing. And then today, after I finish this book, I'm gonna see if they have Fleischman is in Trouble at my library, because I want to read that next, because I saw the show and it's based on a book. It was actually written for the screen by the author of the book. So I really liked Fleischman is in Trouble, so I want to see if they have that. Then I finish this book. It's like almost three, and then I'll check back in once I'm finished. I literally think I'm gonna take like props 20 minutes, maybe 30 at best. I'm about to, read the very last page 382 of the book. So far, I was not expecting something that happened. It got not super gory, but it got gorier than I expected this book to go, even though it does have blood on the front. I know that. It's just that the way that this was going, the way the author was writing it, I did not think it was gonna go in that direction. I'm gonna read the very last page, and then I'll talk to you about the thing. Leigh Bardugo? The author said that she's a fan of Leigh Bardugo. I can't believe she didn't like talk about, in the author's note, about Silence of the Lambs, because this was just like, Silence of the Lambs. Like, I don't know what you want me to say. Like, so you're telling me she didn't talk at all? She didn't even, like, try to hint at Silence of the Lambs? It was all right. it was all right. It wasn't great. At some points I felt it was too given. It was too pointed. I really thought this was going to go another way. I really thought that maybe there was going to be a plot twist that I did not expect. No, it was so predictable, extremely predictable. I was like, yeah, of course that happened. Oh yeah, of course. I really don't know who recommended this to me. I would not recommend it because it's so long. And you know what I did like though is that, so the main character is like put into like this sort of unit with a guy. So she's a girl and then there's a guy. I really thought it was gonna be like friends to lovers. I really thought that at the end they were gonna kiss. There was a moment where it seemed like they were gonna kiss because like this sort of like tension building and like, you know, surviving a serial killer probably makes you want to kiss them, right? Probably does. But thank goodness that they did not. I really appreciate that. Because if they did, that would have just been so cliche. I would have hated that with a passion. Oh my god, here we go. There it is. A review on the back. A YA Silence of the Lambs. There you go. Maybe that's what was so predictable, because it's YA, so it like follows like a storyline that's like been done before and is not experimental at all. I don't think I'm gonna read another YA book again because I cannot stand them. It was predictable, it was pretty mid, and I would not recommend. And I'm gonna see if they have Fleischman is in Trouble, because that book I feel like I'm gonna really like. Yeah, second book of half gap year, but it's a very nice day outside. And I'm gonna go pick out my next book. Okay, I'm back. After going through my extensive list of all the books that I have on my to-read list, I went through every single one. The very last one, was the only one that they had at my library. What I really wanted to read was Fleischman is in Trouble, because that show was impeccable, and they do have it, it's just at another library. I'll check, actually. They have it, I think. They have it! Yes! Yes! Oh my god, they have it! But it's in another city, but it's like close by. Okay, I think I might go to this because I'm pretty sure I have the library card. Okay, here it is. I do have a library card for this library. I get to read Fleischman is in Trouble. I'm so excited. You guys don't know how excited I am. This is gonna be like the book. Like this is like the show was impeccable. Okay, impeccable. Like I'm too excited. Excited for this. And I'll talk to you when I'm working on my book, because it's the other hobby that I have. So I've already shown you Minecraft, Sims, reading. I'm also writing, and also YouTube is a hobby. So, hello. I think the last time that I talked to you was about like 4 hours ago. I did not get my book, unfortunately, because the library says they have it, but when I went to go search for it, it wasn't anywhere there. And the workers couldn't even find it, so they said that they would try to find it and then call me tomorrow morning if they found it. So, what a shame. But now I'm going to have my caramel chai. I don't want to have all of it though, because like last night I went to sleep at like 3 in the morning. I'm gonna work on my other hobby. My other hobby is writing. I wrote a book. Yeah, I wrote a book. I've been working on this for quite literally 4 years now, and I'm on my 3rd draft. Now you might ask me, oh, what's the book about? I hate that question. Just figure it out by yourself. I don't know. It's about an unethical therapist trying to find clients in the smallest town in New Hampshire. So it's a realistic fiction book. It's a fictional book. Basically, I'm focusing on like characterization and a lot of just rearranging scenes and taking out some subplots that I added in that don't make sense to me anymore. I thought I was gonna be finished this by like February. No, it's April. Ideally, I would be finished with this by next week. However, I don't think that's going to occur. I also don't really want to be finished with it because then what? Right? If you're interested in being a beta reader, let me know. Like, comment down below. Yeah, I'm just gonna work on this. I usually like to do a chapter a day. Hello, hi. So I am now working on my book. I'm working on the third draft, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about like how I'm doing this. I got a coffee because I need to have a coffee because if not I get really drowsy. Also, I'm getting to an exciting point in the book, in the story, because for like the first 83 pages, it is in third person point of view, but it's limited third person because it's only from one character, from the main character. And right now it's going to switch to the other main character. So that's exciting because that means that the story is building. Firstly, I've got my little book here. Got a notebook, right? And right now I'm on chapter 10. So I'll write down the chapter name and then I'll write what scenes I want to go in the chapter. A long time ago, I wrote down each chapter and each scene in the chapters, each scene in the book is written down here. I'm on chapter 10. I picked the scenes and then I write them down here. So I just finished up a scene. It is right here. And I'm gonna copy and paste and I'm gonna write scene 48. After that, I take the scene, right, I copy and paste it, and then I go in my book and I write down what happens in the scene. I write what the scene number is because I write it here as well. So when I'm editing the fourth draft, I can just look for the scene number instead of scrolling through the entire thing. I read this, I write it, and then I go ahead and rewrite it here. My last hobby that I never talked about because I didn't, how would I talk about it, is YouTube. This is me. This is the hobby. This is me doing YouTube. I started doing YouTube when I was in 8th grade and I was just kind of like off and on. But then last year I decided to really start up my YouTube by posting about my graduate school application process. And that's what I've been doing. And this is just a silly little video in between all of that. Next week, I believe I'm going to be posting a post-grad week in my life, maybe. I'm not too sure about that because I feel like I just posted one. If I don't post that, I'm gonna post a room renovation video because you are already seeing part of it. Either a post-grad vlog, yay, or room renovation, also yay. Subscribe, check that out next week, and I will see you then.